Well, hello, Kassi.
Hello.
Welcome to Portland.
Thank you.
Last time we saw each other was in Las Vegas at the ACMs,
Yeah.
and it was a whirlwind. It was like one of the craziest days ever. You were being taken. We were at Top Golf, and if you've ever been to Top Golf, it's like, you know how mad place that is. Anyways, it's just
Yeah, it's
insane.
crazy.
But this particular day was for the Academy of Country Music Awards, and there was just 300 people in this building.
Oh.
And I watched you for like 15 minutes. You're like, hi, 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 hi,
Yeah.
hi. And you just went all the way down. And I was like, holy crap, that poor girl is going to be so tired by
You're
the
being
end of the
led
night.
by a handler.
Yeah.
Like, here you go, here you go.
Yeah, it was crazy. The other time that I saw you that just blew me away, and it was really unfortunate that it only got to see one song from you, was at CRS this year. And for those, like we said earlier, CRS is Country Radio Seminar. We bring in a bunch of programmers from Nashville, and we get a chance to spend an afternoon just to see all the new artists that we haven't seen in quite some time. And you performed at the Ryman, and it was just one of those magical moments. But the unfortunate thing is you only got to do one song, which I hate, because that building is so iconic.
Yeah.
For you walking into that building to do one song,
Yeah.
was it a disappointment, or is it just an honor to be there for you? What was the feeling knowing that all these eyes of programmers from around the country are looking at you going, okay, let's see what this chick has to offer?
Honestly, yes, it's an honor, but in my brain, I'm like, I better do it. I have one song, and like it's full of programmers, which, you know, some people, not you,
yeah.
but you know, some of them are like, and you have one shot. They've seen 15 artists in a row, and I have 3 minutes to go out there and make them want to add the song and remember my name and like keep. You know, talking about me. So I always think you got one chance, so you better show them.
And I'll be honest with you, this particular day at the Ryman, we saw Keith Urban, we saw Little Big Town, we saw Kassi,
A bunch of people.
Brothers Osborne,
Parker McCollum.
yeah. And I was like, oh my God, to walk on that. I've got goosebumps right now thinking about the stage. But the one thing that stood out to me the most is my sales manager was with me. And when you were done performing, she punched my arm and she's like, I freaking love that chick. And I was like, the confidence, the swagger, and your attitude was just like you were on top of the world that day. And it was so cool to see. I loved it. So, yeah, and I love your story. I had a bunch of questions for you, but now I've heard the term gravel road.
I'm ready.
So it's cool. So as a child growing up between two households, what was your favorite holiday? Or what is your favorite holiday? Not was, but still is.
My favorite holiday is Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, because
We have a lot in common. That's awesome. Mine too. Mine too.
I like the creativity of Halloween. I always I sew all my own clothes. So anything you've ever seen me wear on stage, I mean, not these, obviously. These are my dad's jeans, okay? This is my dad's T-shirt. No, I'm just kidding. But anything I've ever worn on like a red carpet or a big performance or whatever, I made it. So Halloween was always like a really cool time to express.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How old were you when you like you said your mom put you in pageants and dresses and gowns? Because I've noticed like for the last month I knew you've been coming and I've been studying about you and it's just mind-boggling to me. But I looked at some of the videos and like one of the episodes of the video of you on YouTube, you're in this closet with a bunch of clothes. Now the question is, have you made all those clothes? Was that your closet with all the shoes and everything
That's
in
my
it?
closet.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
When I moved into my fiance's house, and some of you girls can back me up, it's a 3-bedroom, and he was like, what would it take for you to move in with me? And I said, the front bedroom is my closet. And I don't think he was listening, and he's like, okay, yeah, whatever. And I remember I was moving in, and I was building the closet out, because I like to do construction, so I'm like, I'm building it out, and he walks in, and he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm building in my closet.
Right.
And he goes, I thought you meant you were going to use the closet in that room. I was like, no, honey, no.
You get that one little corner now. That's it. The rest is all mine.
He has a walk-in closet like off of the master. I was like, I need a whole room.
I love that.
Yeah.
It really confused me because when I was reading about you and it said California, Missouri, I was like, wait, is she from California or Missouri? And then you said you had a different household between parents. So I was like, did you grow up in California or Missouri? So I had to look it up, which was really interesting because I'm from California originally.
Yeah.
So it was kind of wild. As a singer-songwriter, it's always nice when an artist is like, hey, I want to put your song on my record. Keith Urban did it for you with his Graffiti You album. what was it like when you got that phone call in the news that he wants to put your song on his album?
It wasn't my song. He asked me to sing on the song with him.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that was crazy because I hadn't signed my record deal yet. Like I knew I was going to be with UMG, and I was headed back home, and I got an email that said like the subject was like urban, and it was from like 1234 basically. It's not like Keith Urban at Gmail.
Right.
And it was like, hey, KA, like, I've heard you got swag. I have a new song. Everybody tells me you have to be on it. And it was signed KU. And I was like, wow, somebody is really pranking me today. So I deleted the email.
Oh, no.
And then I get a text message the next day, and I don't have the number saved. And it was like, hey, I gave Keith Urban your email. Don't delete it. And I was like, someone is really going hard at this pranking thing.
Right.
And so I was like, I better just check. And so I screenshotted it and I sent it to my management. I was like, who is this? They're like, yeah, that's the president of your label. You should answer that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm doing good. So I texted back and I was like, yeah, but I'm at my dad's. Like, we live in the middle of nowhere. If Keith Urban calls, like, I'm not ghosting him, but like we have no service, so I can drive 15 minutes into town and call him back.
Oh my gosh!
And so they told me that he was gonna call at like noon. So I just went to the grocery store. I just started walking around the grocery store, like waiting for him to call. Yeah.
Wow.
He ended up calling at 6. My dad told me to stand in the doorway of the metal building, the shop on our property, so I didn't
like
drop
this?
the call. Yeah. It was like, Dad, if I hang up on Keith Urban, I swear to God.
It's like the old antennas for TVs. You're like, don't move, stay right there.
Yes.
That's funny. How would your girlfriends describe you? But it sounds like you're like your brother. You know, how would he describe you to his friends? Because like right now, for me, as like a famous sister who's singing is pretty cool. Are you older than your brother?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty cool for him. He's like, yeah, my sister's Kassi Ashton.
And I don't know. Yeah, like he'll tell me that they have crushes on me and stuff. And I'm like, do you want me to send him a nose picking videos and maybe they like stop that, like leave you alone or something? Like, what can I do to help you? Because that's weird. I don't know. I think maybe the first thing he might say is sassy.
That's cool. You're sassy. Well, I have to agree. I mean,
I know that hasn't like really.
But it also made me think of the fact that like looking at all of your photos and the album, the pictures. I mean, you are like a model. Like you could be doing things. I was like,
it's Botox.
Did she do modeling and TV before? I mean, you could actually do it. And nice. I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to go on the record. We're at a moment right now with Kassi Ashton that I honestly just said this to a friend of mine that's here tonight. I said, your voice is the type of the voice that the Grammy Awards love.
Thank you.
So the Grammys are always the best when it comes to country music because country music is, I always feel like the redheaded stepchild to the Grammys, unfortunately, because there's a lot of great people in country music and there's a lot of great music and genres available. But I'm sitting here today listening to you and I'm going, she's going to win a Grammy. She's going to win lots of Grammys. And today we're in grace of magic right now. So remember this day for sure because that was truly incredible. Those first 2 songs. And Taxidermy, what's the biggest buck you ever shot?
Oh, see, okay, this is messed up. So if you're not in hunting, plug your ears.
We're all in hunting here.
I go for the smaller ones because they taste better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The meat's not as old?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not hurt. Trust me.
I'm not into the bucky tasting ones.
There you go. But trust me, you're not hurting anyone's feelings because like hunting season is coming soon in September and everyone's going to be leaving the area to go hunting. So you're not hurting anyone's feelings.
I sang taxidermy in the UK and then I forgot that they didn't have guns. And I was like, shit. And I was like, you guys. So I was so nervous. So then I started babbling. I'm like, you guys know what taxidermy is? And they're like, yeah.
Like,
and I was like, it's like stuffed animals.
Yeah,
but
we just don't do it here. That's funny. I love the shotgun. What's the representation for pops?
Oh, yeah. So I shot muzzle loaders competitively with my grandpa my whole life. And this is the one he built me.
Okay.
And it was kind of long story short, it was kind of like my first run-in with healthy discipline. Mm-hmm. Like he would literally like, he's one of those grandpas that's like, he's quiet until he's,
mad.
Bossing you. Yeah. And I was one of the only girls in Missouri who shot competitively and I thought I was the shit. And he would grab me by the back of the shirt and go, if you're good, because I would want to run and get the target and like show it off.
Right.
And he would grab me by the back of the shirt and say, if you're good, you'll do good when you get there.
Oh.
And I kind of felt that over the pandemic, everything career-wise being put on hold. And
Sure.
I thought, if you're good, you'll do good when you get there. So
Here you are. And then with a tattoo.
Yeah.
Now, remind me of the type of gun. Is that the type where you pour black powder in? Okay, that's what I thought. I was just want to make sure.
with the stock and the long stock.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
and you have
cap.
to pump it and everything. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And competitive, you said, in high
And
school?
competitive, yeah.
How old
My
were
whole
you?
life, like
Okay.
7 to 17. Yeah.
I'll say, how old when you realized that you wanted to do music and then also as a competition sport through high school?
Music, as soon as my mom used to sneak me into karaoke bars, and I couldn't read the prompter yet, so I would sing My Heart Would Go On, and she would tell me the words before it was time to sing that phrase.
Wow.
And I was so little that if people clapped too loud, I would cry. And then she would sneak me under the cocktail tables, like the cocktail tables had, and I would go under cocktail tables and do scratch-off tickets.
That's funny. Life in California, Missouri.
Yeah,
That's what it's
hey.
like. Gravel road and hanging under tables. That's funny. What was one of your favorite things remembering doing as a kid growing up?
I would say at mom's, like playing dress up, and then at dad's riding dirt bikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fun. Gosh, I had one other question for you, but I'm
yeah,
not.
go on.
No, I forgot what it was now, so I'm not going to worry about it. We're just going to get back to listening to some great music. Grammy award-winning music
Aw,
is what I'm
jeez.
saying. That's for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, MCA artist Kassi Ashton.
Thank you. What if the rest of the songs suck?
Well, then we're going to re-talk about
He
things.
just said that and was like, wow, that really...